Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Exodus, and in this video I'm going to talk to you guys about next generation Battlefield, since it's always been something I want to talk about, and of course the game in the background is PS4 footage, no offense to you Xbox or PC guys out there. So I'm going to call the PS4 a next gen in this video. I mean, hell, the whole video is going to be called next generation Battlefield, even though technically it's current gen, since the next gen or the previous next gen is out, so technically the current gen, if that makes any sense to you guys. Yeah, this first clip that you're seeing right here is on Rogue Transmission Obliteration. It was my first ever time playing Battlefield 4 on the PS4. I did decent in it. Unfortunately, I didn't record the whole gameplay session, which is disappointing. I got to rank 100 in this game, yeah. But I'll explain to you guys later on why I didn't really record it. So to start off with, what was the first ever thing that actually hit me? Well, it's quite easy really, frame rate. So, as being a PS3 guy for so long, I played Battlefield 1, Battlefield 2, Battlefield 2, Battlefield 3, and of course Battlefield 4, all in the PS3, which had a frame rate cap, there we go, not crap, at 30 FPS, which, you know, I was used to it, you know, as being a COD player. That's right, I used to be an ex-COD player. I gave up from the series after Black Ops 1, deal with it. I can guarantee that you guys used to be COD players too. That's right, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you listening to this video right here and now. Anyways, so yeah, because when you go from 30 FPS to 60 FPS, it makes such a difference in the world. Like, I was thinking that, you know, it's not going to make much of a difference in my gameplay, but boy was I wrong. It feels so smooth, it is just unreal, it feels responsive, I feel like I can react much quicker and faster and just better. And yeah, next, I'm not really a guy who complains much about graphics. Like, if a game's got bad graphics, so what? I care more about the gameplay. I'm not some graphics Nazi, at least, whatever the hell you call it, a guy that only cares about the graphics for a game. So yeah, you know what I mean? Of course, it's not full-on 1080p, it's not native 1080p, you know, which I could really care less for. I mean, it's 900p, it still looks good, it looks better than it did on the PS3, that's for damn sure. And yeah. What next? 64 players. This has been something I think is personally a bit controversial to talk about, because I like it and I hate it at the same time, okay? So Rush, when you have an extra 8 players, so, you know, an extra 4 players for the attacking side especially, it makes such a difference to the gameplay, like, because your tickets drain so much faster, even though it's only 4 players extra, just the tickets go down way faster, it's just unreal. So yeah, I mean, 64 players, why did DICE even come up with this? I will never understand, because it makes no sense. It just doesn't. It's madness, I'm telling you, it's just madness. Madness! 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 Anyways, yeah. Although Conquest Lodge, it does work really nicely for example, Gold Mud Railway, it works really nicely. What's another map? Parasol Storm. There's a lot of maps that do work with 64 players. I mean, Caspian Ball, not Caspian Ball, I'm talking about Siege of Shanghai. That's sort of pushing the limit in my opinion, so yeah, because no longer is it sort of like a massive ghost town like Caspian Border was in Battlefield 3, or somehow Gulf War Mon was never a ghost town on regular Conquest back in the PS3, I remember that. It seemed like a good map in my opinion, so did the On The Kill map to a certain extent, and I think they work quite well as well. So yeah, next, the PS4 controller. This is something, when I saw it at E3, I was quite skeptical on it. I mean, it looked alright, although obviously you can't judge control just from how it looks, and you have to actually hold it for yourself. You know, I was worrying, you know, with the triggers and stuff, like, would it start to turn, like, is PlayStation starting to turn into an Xbox, because, you know, the Xbox controller has got triggers on it, which I'm not the biggest fan of, just because, in my opinion, it takes, or not opinion, I think it's actually fact, it takes longer to actually pull the trigger on an Xbox controller rather than actually tapping the shoulder buttons on a PS3 controller. And when I got a chance of it to play with the PS4 at a game, I liked it. The controller feels really nice in my hands. Like, it feels much more larger. It just generally feels really awesome. But the thumbsticks are cool. Then the triggers were something I was quite skeptical on, but they're alright. They're not as massive as the Xbox ones, which is good to know. And yeah, although In a new update, of course, you can swap back to the shoulder buttons to aim and shoot, of course, L1 and R1. However, with the PS4, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't feel comfortable. Like, I'm okay with going on the PS3 and using the shoulder buttons to aim and fire, just not on the PS4. It just doesn't feel right. I don't know how to explain it. It just doesn't feel right in my opinion. And so yeah. Next, general stability. So not solely referring to netcode, but just generally, yeah, how is the game actually performing? So obviously you get the 60 FPS, but one thing that I've majorly noticed is that, fine, maybe there's the once in a while infinite loading screen glitch, or maybe you get kicked out of the server, like whatever, connection issues. But back in the PS3 with BF4 3, I froze, aka actually froze, not crashed, froze. Basically the whole system looked put like that. And so that happened to me, I'm gonna go for about once a month, let's say. And I play Battlefield for about, I'm gonna go from a daily basis at least. However, when I got on the PS4, I am not kidding you what I'm saying. So during the beta, I froze about 3 times a session, okay? And in the final, it wasn't as bad, it was about once a day. But that is just ridiculous, you know? But with the PS4, I haven't had any freezes yet. I mean, sure, maybe that's the once in a while connection issue, but that's just generally either my connection or the EA servers. It's not necessarily my actual hardware which is going to put, you know? And yeah, so finally, the share button, which of course is how I'm showing you guys this gameplay here. When I got the PS4, when I heard about it having a share button, I was quite excited for it, you know? I mean, who wouldn't? You know, I mean, this is something that's going to change gaming as a whole, really. If you have to share your gameplay, there's probably going to be way more commentators out there. I'm probably going to be drowned out in the massive array of YouTubers. I can guarantee it to you guys that's going to happen. And yeah, when I had the PS4, it doesn't actually explain to you how to use share button, because I always thought it was double tap it to begin with, which is actually how it does work. But then you double tap to end it. Turns out it just cancelled the gameplay. That record was in that moment. You have to double tap it once and you press the share button once to end it to fully record it. But the only problem is with that is that sometimes you may like accidentally double tap it. It's like, that's what happened to me once in a while, I ain't gonna lie. Also, when you click the share button, it automatically saves a screenshot, so you also have to go back and delete it. Meanwhile, in the new update, you have to double tap share to begin it once, and then you have to tap it once, and then you have to press square trying to save your footage. I can't remember, I think I'm pretty certain it's square, so yeah. Generally, my impressions of the PS4, it's been a nice, I enjoy it. I mean, 64 players, I mean, I like 64 players, as long as it's only on Conquest Large. Hopefully Dragon's Teeth and Final Stand, we get some larger maps, that way it can really bring out the true 64 players on it, yeah. So, yeah guys, I guess that's pretty much it. So I'll see you guys in the future videos, see you guys in the past and the previous video. Until then, peace out.